Hello there. I'm recording this video to share my experience, and the whole idea is anybody who goes through the similar situation, he or she doesn't have to go through all that what I've been. Uh, so today, I was on a hunt to get a part for my van. I drive Vauxhall Combo 2019. So those who drive van, they know that from 2019 onwards is the new shape van which is still in the use. So it's like a good 6 years. So my van has been acting up when it comes to the heating needle. So it's basically the uh, coolant sensor that got faulty over the time. It's been like 2 3 months. There are symptoms that leads up to this, and I'll share in another video what are the symptoms. So the mechanic I use normally, he told me he couldn't find the part. So I have to order it, or I have to go and search in the market and get one for me. So the part name is coolant temperature sensor. Basically, that controls your heating needed in the dashboard. That's what it does. Um, so I have another mechanic. I know. I told him about it since my original mechanic is busy. He shared a picture of the sensor and told me that you can go and collect it from Euro parts. Now, I didn't know before how the actual sensor looked like. So he showed me a sensor picture and said you can go on and you can collect it from Euro parts Wood Green. Wood Green is basically an area in the East London. Those who know it, they know it. So my van is by this time my van is already in limp mode. So I didn't risk driving my van around just because I need to find it. I went on the bus, went to the store, and the part does came up on their system, and to my surprise, the part was like the one that is imported from China. It's 179 something with VAT included, and the original one he claimed it is like 230, 240 pounds included the VAT. Um, the China version wasn't there. I was thinking, okay, I need to get this done because obviously the van isn't all right. So I asked him if he has it, I'll take it. He said, no, that's not in stock. The other one won't be in stock until 2 p.m. And um when I was in the store, it was around 11 a.m. in the morning. Um, so I was like, okay, I, you know, WhatsApp my original mechanic, and he said this is not the part. And when I asked the guy at the counter what part is it, he said it's the sensor, but it's for the gasket. It's for the exhaust at the back. And my original mechanic told me no, you should be looking for the coolant one. So I told him I'm looking for the coolant one. Is it a different one? He said yeah, that's a different one. And my mechanic sent me a picture of similar sensors which I should be aiming for and told me it should be around 25, 30 pounds. That's it. So the guy at the counter ran that sensor and he says we don't sell those sensors at all. You won't find it in Europarts. So now those who are driving Vauxhall combo vans, it could be 1.6 or any other diesel vans, you can find it in Europarts. They don't sell that particular sensor model in their stores. Okay, now I stayed in the store, called one of the dealerships around, probably around Romford or somewhere around that, and asked them about the part. Gave my van registration number to them, and they told me they have that in stock, but it needs to be ordered from the warehouse, which would take 1 day. So you can pay now, and you can collect it by tomorrow, or you can come to the dealership, make the payment, and you can collect it tomorrow. That was the deal. So I asked him about the price. He said it's £75 including VAT. Now, by this time, I was ready to buy it, to be honest. The only thing is, I just wanted to confirm that it's the right part because I don't want to come back and forth just to replace parts and all that. I asked him this couple of times, and he said, "Okay, what I'll do is I'll send you the picture of it, uh, and through the email." So he did send me an email. I looked up the part, and now, while I had the email, I opened my phone, Googled the part, and there were Euro parts that were showing similar sensors, but I knew they don't sell it. So those sensors doesn't belong to my van. It could be different models, it could be different cars, because once you write into the Google, it just not show you yours, it also show you similar ones as well. That's how it works in the search area. Now, GSF happens to be selling those sensors. I tried searching where is GSF around while I'm standing. So, to the coincidence, GSF is like next door to the Euro parts in Wood Green. So I said, okay, it's just next door. There's no harm just walking in the store and finding out if they have it. Um, and the prices of different sensors on the Google, they were way cheaper. 12, 15, 20, 25 different prices of different sensors. I went into the GSF, gave my van's registration to the guy at the counter. He checked the stock. He said we don't have it, but one of our other branches has it. So I asked him which one has it in the stock right now. So he took his time and he told me that it's the Romford one which has it in the stock. So I just took the bus and underground and went to the Romford, and they did have it in the stock. I just bought it from there. So now, as I told you, the dealership was offering the same part for 74 or 75 pounds. Now GSF was selling the same part for 25 pounds including VAT. Check out the difference, it's three times. So in my mind, it was like, let's assume this part is not as good as what the dealership is offering. Even if it is like 50% in terms of quality, it's still worth it because the price difference is three times. So I don't mind replacing it again if this sensor gets faulty again in some time in the future. It's a good deal anyway. I took the part. uh, I spoke to my mechanic, the one who I normally go to. He had no slot for that day, but luckily there was a cancellation, and I went on to him. He installed the sensor, and the van just went fine back to how it should be. So this is my experience about uh, how everything was turned out, and a mechanic was telling me a different sensor. Now, before I went to my mechanic, I spoke to different mechanics. One of the guys was charging 90 pounds per hour. I did take it to another mechanic, and he looked at the van, and he couldn't find the spot where that coolant temperature sensor installed. So he's like, you have to bring the van tomorrow morning. We'll take it up the ram, and then we'll find it, and we'll give you a quotation, an exact quotation of how much this job gonna cost you. So this is how my day was. The reason I made this video, because I know there must be a lot of people out there who have issues with their vans, with their cars. So I would say, don't just blindly trust your mechanic unless you know your mechanic is reliable. He won't overcharge you. At the same time, they are good stores selling parts way less than the dealership, like Euro Parts, GSF. Halfers is a good one as well. Halfers didn't have this one either. I confirmed about this 2 days ago over the call from two different stores, and they didn't have it. So that means I've been on hand for like 2 3 days because my van broken down yesterday. I had to call the recovery, and they said you can drive it, but you need to take it to the garage. So it's like it's been going on for quite some time. But yesterday it got intense, and the van couldn't be driven anymore like that. So my message to people would be: do some research, try to look at different options, and then go about. A little effort could save you a lot of money. And obviously it's all about the money at the end of the day. Sometimes it gets bit of hectic to call different stores to check the availability, to call different mechanics to check their rates. But at the end of the day, if you do a little bit of these, you'll save up a lot of money, like I did today. My mechanic charged me £40 to install it. He didn't know where it is, where the sensor is actually located, but he did have an idea where it could be. So he searched around that area, and I'll upload the picture of the sensor. So if somebody in the future wish to do it on their own, or they want to take it to their own mechanic, and the mechanic doesn't know where exactly is that sensor located, you can check that picture, you can save it in your phone, and it will help you save some cost. Because if the mechanic spend time just to locate it, they're gonna charge you for that. So that's my message to everybody out there. And I'll make a different video about the symptoms I came across, um, that resulted to the sensor being faulty. What symptoms you should be looking after or looking forward to, and if you face such symptoms, then you need to change your sensor. With vans, cars, there could be different things. You can't be so sure. I'm a guy who doesn't know anything about the vans or cars. So for somebody like me, I had to do certain research. I had to ask different mechanics, and after combining and analyzing all of those, then I came to a conclusion what I need to buy and how it should be. Um, that's how all my day has been today. But at the end of the day, it was worth it since I saved some money. It gives me some satisfaction to do the process or to be a part of the process. So I know more about the machine I drive, and I I won't be ripped off by any mechanic, or I won't be buying any wrong parts. So that's all for now. It's already 13 minutes. It's a long video. Thank you for watching if you're watching it. Thank you. Bye bye.